Listen, this is one of the hardest videos that we have ever had to do.
And I know that people are going to have things to say, and people are going to judge us. And
what's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. This video is not going to be like any other video that I've ever done before. As you guys can probably see from the title, that this video is about another YouTube channel that I've watched, that I've come across, and I am literally, I have my mouth hanging open by what has been transpiring. So long story short, again, this video is about a channel here on YouTube called The Jacksons of Atlanta. And they prided themselves on having twins. They had one set of twins and they had a second set of twins. And then this couple came out, I would say probably about 10 months ago, and said that they were going to have a third set of twins. And I'll be honest with you, from seeing their videos, and a lot of times when the thumbnails would come across my homepage on YouTube, I really passed by them because their thumbnails and their topics and things just seemed kind of childish, and I was uninterested. I can remember the very first video that I saw from them, and it was when they were, I believe, doing a reveal of the third set of twins. It was when they were in a mansion and then they flew up in a helicopter. I saw the thumbnail for that video. I clicked on that video, and what I can say is, although, again, most of the thumbnails that came across my screen seemed childish and just like pranks, and it just wasn't mature. It wasn't the type of content that I would want to watch. When I clicked on that video and I saw the content, I guess it was like behind the scenes, or I just saw everything that was in that video, I was just kind of blown away. And what I admired about this couple was their drive and their motivation, and just seeing what they had become. And you know, it's always good to be able to look up to people because they motivate you. You know, a lot of times when we look at people in their lives, either they're going to motivate us to say, hey, I can do that, or that is possible, that can be done. Or you'll view some things and you'll be like, absolutely not. Nah, that's not the way to go. So with this channel, again, I will say overall, it wasn't like I was a fanatic of them. It wasn't like I watched every video. It wasn't like I fell oh so madly in love with their children. No. What I admired was the drive, the push, the work ethic, and the fact that they were, you know, constantly posting videos. They were pushing out content. And, you know, unlike the average person that works 9 to 5, it is impossible to really grow on YouTube without having that consistent upload. And then to hear that they have multiple channels now, you know, it is amazing. And the work ethic is something, you know, to look at and to appreciate. I'll say that. But the crazy thing about this couple is that while, you know, they have some admirable qualities, they also recently told their audience, came on their channel, just about every video mentioning that they were having a third set of twins, and every title of every video centered around a third set of twins, all to find out that they really only had one baby. And again, there's nothing wrong when you look at the context of, I initially was pregnant with twins, something happened, and now I only have one baby. But if we really take a look at what they presented, and even their body language and their posture in the video where they talk about they only had one twin, it was very oh my God, it was a false humility that was there. It was almost as if they were trying to portray as if they were sad, that they were heartbroken, and that they were just in disbelief, but their actions were completely contrary. And one thing that I realized about a lot of YouTubers here on this app is that you will believe that because some certain words are coming out of your mouth, that that's what the audience will receive and believe. But overall, we are seeing and we are believing that which you portray. We are seeing and we are believing, not necessarily hearing the words that are coming out of your mouth, but we're watching your actions. We're watching the content that follows. And the content that followed after losing a child, Completely, completely, completely not a sign of grief, not a sign of sadness, not a state of disbelief. And again, a lot of people in people's comments have talked about, well, you can't judge them, you don't really know the truth. You can judge to a certain extent, not to put someone in condemnation, but we do have a mind for a reason. We are to use our intellect and make things make sense in our minds. Like, we are able to analyze what people present. And again, it doesn't matter the words that are coming out of your mouth. What matters is your action. So many people I've seen content creators come on here and say, I'm a boss, I got business, my brand, and yet do silly stuff on the channel and be like, if you were such a boss, if you were really concerned about your brand, you wouldn't have presented that. You wouldn't have even videoed that or edited that or even had the mindset to upload that and publish that if you really was about your business like you say you are. These people, like I said, have multiple channels. So when people started picking up on the falsehood of, was there really another twin? Because, for you to have lost a baby, to go into the labor and delivery room expecting to birth 2 children, and then you don't birth 2 children, you don't hold 2 children, you don't go home with 2 children, but yet you're still in videos talking about what you would name your 3rd set of twins? And then on other channels that you guys have, you present titles that would seem to answer people's analysis of you, people's criticism of what you did and what you presented to your audience. Then you come and you post titles of videos that's like, oh, it's none of your business. It amazes me how you want to pull people in, you want to draw people in to support you so that you can, in essence, make money off of YouTube AdSense and whatever other sponsorships you have due to your subscriber count and due to your video view count. But yet when people put you under a microscope and say, hey, you presented a falsehood, you want to get upset and tell people it's none of their business. You want to get upset when people express their opinion and their view of what you've presented to us as an audience. You want to strike people. Can I ask a question? For all the channels that are out there that said they got struck down or their channel got removed by YouTube because they talked about you, because they expressed their feelings about you, because they pretty much talked about your content and what you presented in this big lie of, having a 3rd set of twins, has the Prince family ever considered striking you guys for all the duplicate videos that you guys have reenacted, for all the thumbnails that are literally precise the same thumbnail as the Prince family? Have they contacted you? Have they given you guys a strike? I'm curious. I am very curious for the people who have been striking people because they don't like their opinion about the lie that they told us. Has the Prince family reached out and said, hey, I went through my catalog of videos, I went through my catalog of thumbnails, and you know what? You guys damn near copied, 40-50% of what we've done? You might have put your own spin to it, but it was damn near the same. Another thing, on this other channel, the Justin and Mahogany channel, you guys like to quote a lot of scripture and throw scripture out there to justify your point of view. You guys completely take scripture out of context and think that you're doing something. And I guess to a naive audience, someone who doesn't read scripture, someone who doesn't know hermeneutics, someone who doesn't know the difference between eisegeting and exegeting a text, you guys will fool them. You guys will fool them into thinking that what you're saying, that you really know what you're talking about when you really don't. I'll be honest, and you'll see on here on my channel, my husband and I, we're trying to conceive. So I guess maybe that's why that video rubbed me the wrong way. Because to have a baby at all, to have a healthy pregnancy, to go through labor and delivery, and you, Mahogany, still be here, and to have a healthy baby is a blessing. I cannot tell you the nights that I have cried because I've had difficulty in conceiving. I can't tell you the times that I've been nervous about conceiving because I've seen so many stories of how African American women do not have a higher mortality rate after giving birth due to the improprieties in the healthcare system. So many women that don't feel good, don't feel right. You know, they don't know what's going on, but they don't feel right. And next thing you know, they have a heart attack, they have a stroke, and they leave this earth. And out of all that is going on, it was completely insensitive of you all to think about the almighty dollar and how many clicks and views and subscribers you can get off the momentum of having a third set of twins. You guys had to know that lie was going to come to the forefront, that what's done in the dark is going to come to the light. In that same video where you were coming to tell us that there were unfortunate circumstances, you immediately went to, oh, well, you know, we know people are going to judge us. I wonder why would people judge a grieving set of parents? Why would your mind automatically go to the fact that we're going to judge you when you're in mourning? Could it be because it was a lie? You guys like to use scripture. You like to quote scripture. I'm guessing people said that you used to be pastors. I find that hard to believe. Nevertheless, you quote a lot of scriptures. Well, there was a king in the Bible, and he had great wisdom. He was the son of David, right? His name is Solomon. And even though he was not everywhere at all times, God gave him the ability to have wisdom to be able to discern certain things. And there's a story where two women who had two babies who were in the same home. One of the women's baby died and the other woman's baby didn't. And in the middle of the night, the one whose baby died, she exchanged that baby, put it in the bed with the other mother, and she took the live baby and claimed the live baby as her own. And when they went to King Solomon, what happened? One woman said, she took my baby. She took my baby. The baby that is passed is really her baby. And of course, the other woman said vice versa. And it didn't take Solomon to be there in the room with them. It didn't take Solomon to really do a DNA test to really identify whose the baby was whose. He used the wisdom and the knowledge that he had. He said, you know what? I'm going to cut this baby in half. I'm going to cut this baby in half, and I'm going to give each of you a half of the baby. And guess what? The foolish woman, the one whose baby really died, she was cool with that. She was like, all right, I'll take half. Because you know what? She had nothing to lose. She had already lost her baby. But the woman whose baby it really was, she said, no. I will spare my feelings. I'll spare what I feel and how I believe that I want my child back. I will spare that just so my child could live. And through those actions, through the actions of those women, Solomon was able to determine who was the real mother. Stop using scripture incorrectly, taking it out of context. Because guess what? As much as you want to say that we need to mind our business, that we don't know what we're talking about, that you don't owe us nothing, the truth is in the pudding.